Hi lovelies, today we're going to be reading on Selena Gomez and the Weeknd's relationship. That happened quite some time ago, but there's still some like unsettling left issues that need to be resolved that the public does not know about. So without any further ado, I have a few questions and we're going to get right in on it. Let's begin. My first question is, what was the relationship like between Selena Gomez and the Weeknd? What was the relationship like between Selena Gomez and the Weeknd? Okay, wow. So this is intriguing because I kind of feel like they were very attracted to one another. I'm getting that his aura, Abel's aura or the Weeknd's aura, was very attractive to Selena Gomez at the time. But I feel like she's like a hurt bunny. Like she is addicted to trauma or like bad boys in a sense. And I feel as though that was kind of her biggest issue around that time period. That's why I have the You Deserve Love card in reverse here. I feel like she bonds with people through trauma bonding, and but I get like he was so suave, like there was something very sexually alluring about this guy, which is why I have the Express Your Love card here. Just very charming, and they had a lot in common, surprisingly, and I think that's what drew them to one another. Like it seems like a normal relationship. They had a lot in common, and she had a lot of hopes, like this is a good catch. This is somebody who I may actually like bond well with. He gets me. He knows who I am. So that's interesting. Let's read more into it. What was the relationship like? Okay. So yeah, this current contract was already let go. And I feel like him releasing that EP back in 2018 was the final like let go. Yeah, so I'm getting that during their time when they were together, they had a hard time letting each other go. Like, I don't know, like the trauma of them being with one another was very alluring. Like just everything about it, maybe even like the sex that they were having was very like contagious, and that's why they needed to get with one another. And I'm definitely getting like they had a hard time letting each other go, but at the same time, I'm getting that eventually it was let go. And let me read more into this. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is really interesting. Like, I kind of feel like one of them wears her heart on the sleeves. So, I feel like Selena wears her heart on her sleeves. And it's kind of like, I think that she felt like she was missing something the entire time in the relationship. And I feel as though when she broke up with the Weeknd, like she felt like there was something else that needed to be had here. Like she's still missing something and she's searching for it, with the Goddess of the Moon card being right here. And I also have the Yang energy here right next to the strategy card. And what I'm getting with this is basically that his energy was kind of overwhelming, I'm getting, or maybe not overwhelming, but it's like he was too, it's actually the opposite. He was too mellow for her in the end. And I feel like they didn't have any idea where this relationship was going. And in the end, I just kind of get like, where are we going type of vibes. I don't know. It definitely seems like a where are we going type of vibes going on here. But yeah, and I had to read extra on the action card because I think that both of them thought that there could be money in this relationship. But I'm not really picking up on much else. It's just, let me see. Because I feel like there's something I'm missing here. So let me see. Okay, so yeah, so these cards are telling me a different story. Basically, I'm the more that I look into it, the more that I'm seeing that Selena was kind of calculative. I'm seeing that she was very calculative because she comes off as the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords here, and that she was trying to manifest something for herself in this relationship, but eventually, like, something didn't really go through. And I kind of have the Knave. I have the Knave of Chalices here, and I feel like this means that the Weeknd was very wishy-washy with his emotions. Like, I really want to bond with her, but at the same time, like, I don't trust her at all. And I feel like that's why he had to make that EP, because he feels like he doesn't trust her at all. And I see her being incredibly calculative with these two cards right here. And then like the garden and the gate card that I had before, like kind of like waiting to see what evolves from this relationship, and nothing really like came through. And then eventually the Weeknd just saying, no, stop it. This is not really what I want. This isn't like what I was trying to go for. So my next question is Bella Hadid, because The Weeknd has dated Bella Hadid a lot longer than Selena Gomez. And my question is, how does Bella Hadid feel about Selena Gomez? Wow, I feel like Bella Hadid's like sweet energy here. Yikes. Okay. Alright, interesting. Okay, I'm not really getting anything. Well, I may get something. Let me see. Okay. So what I'm basically getting here is her energy. Like I'm listening to the download that I'm getting, and what I'm getting is basically Bella Hadid's energy here is a lot sweeter than Selena Gomez's energy, surprisingly. And I feel like the cards are kind of saying like Selena Gomez is kind of sloppy with her calculativeness, whereas Bella Hadid is more not sloppy. Like, she's more like sweet with it, but it's still calculating here. And I feel like the two were never really meant to get along. I feel like they could be hanging around the same manager as well. Like somebody in their circle or somebody that like manages, so he kind of has like a higher priority type of position over them. Like, I think that both of them were probably messing around with that guy. And there's a lot of gossip going on. Like, I don't want to be too disrespectful, which is why I had to think it out, but I kind of get this feeling of like the both of them were sleeping with him, and like word gets around the way with the King of Pentacles here. So, and that's why I'm saying it has to be like a manager, because this is a Pentacles type of card. I'm also getting that she really needs to find help in her own love life when it comes to Bella Hadid. And I kind of feel like she was like trying to get as much information as possible with Abel and Selena. Okay, that's what it is. So basically, I'm getting that she was researching a lot on their relationship and just like kind of obsessing over it to see what happens to it. And like immediately after, she went right back to the Weeknd after Selena Gomez's and the Weeknd's relationship was over. So just kind of like trying to get as much information as possible. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what I'm getting, like just researching as much as possible, like waiting for their relationship to be over, kind of that type of energy. And yeah, just being very depressed. Like, just being depressed overall about the situation of him leaving her. I'm going to go ahead and ask my energy oracle deck. Like, or actually, I'm going to ask my romance angels deck. What's the relationship now between Bella Hadid and The Weeknd? I'm seeing their karma has been released. Yeah, okay, so I'm getting that his social group and her social group, they know about everything. They know about the drug parties, they know about the abuse, they know even about like the, I don't want to get too much, but like the sexual abuse. They know about all of it. And both parties are basically saying enough is enough, don't mess with this guy, and for her, I'm sorry, for him, don't mess with that girl. Like, I'm getting that it is a trauma bond, and both Bella Hadid and The Weeknd both attract trauma bonds. Like, the industry is not easy, right? People have they have to do drugs with one another, they have to sleep around with one another. The modeling industry and the music industry, and that's basically what I'm getting here. Like, it's too much trauma, and you have to be a brave soul to handle it. So I'm getting that this is part of their both contracts, which is like, you deserve better than this. Like, you deserve to be treated better than this. And this is kind of like, I'm young and dumb phase. And I do wonder if Selena kind of had this thing going on with it. Like, was she a part of some of the parties and like the trauma that goes on behind the industry? Yeah, okay, yeah, she was. And like, she wasn't strong enough to handle it. I had the Angel of Strength reversed here, and it almost threw her off of her path. I have a Temple path reversed here. And this was the card that confirmed it, Blossoming Abundance. So with that being said, I definitely do get that Selena was kind of partaking a part of these, I don't know, like traumatic parties as well. And it released like a lot of past life karma, but at the same time, this is all of their lesson to learn to like love themselves a lot more. Like, you deserve better than what you're doing to yourself. So I'm definitely seeing like the both of them feeling as though they've moved on, but I still get a possibility of them getting back together. Like, I do have that in the back of my mind that they may still get back together, but I definitely feel like it's more of a traumatic relationship going on here. And let's see what's next inside of Selena Gomez's career. She's healing her heart. I'm getting that she's putting herself into predicaments that are not good, though, and she's still doing that. Okay, it's telling me to follow my intuition. So, like, literally, this is the intuition card. The sixth chakra, so follow my intuition. Yeah, like, I don't like it when this card pops up whenever I'm doing celebrity readings, because sometimes, like, it just comes off too straightforward. I feel like she has to, like, waggle her tail around certain people in order to get what she wants. And it's part of her, yeah, manifestation. Like, she's getting what she wants by doing this, but at the same time, it's causing a lot of more, like, pain. Or this could be a reading of what she was doing in the past, and maybe she's healing from that. That's why we have both of these cards in reverse, getting over a heartbreak and letting go of attachments. Like, she's kind of getting over that. But in order to kind of get what you want, I'm not saying like, I don't want to go that far, but like, I'm not saying like Weinstein territory, but it's potential. Like, this could potentially be indicating that. So yeah, like, wagging her tail around certain people. But yeah, I feel like she's doing more of what she loves now, and like taking care of her mental health especially. And I feel like she just had a lot of growing up to do, and she's finally getting there. She's finally growing up, and she really needs to learn how to grow up without having a relationship. Like, she's been in a relationship more than she hasn't been, and she needs to learn how to love herself outside of a relationship. But yeah, she's trying to communicate with the right people. Be careful. Like, whenever you hear about, this may be too blunt, but like, whenever you hear about award shows, whenever you hear about like the recent sensation, whenever you hear about, okay, all right, but again, here's another one. Whenever you hear like a single going straight to #1 on the Billboard charts, I guarantee you they're getting paid. They're getting paid. So I'm saying that to say that, like, she's in communication to like put her name on like maps and stuff like that, just to get her name more out there, just networking. But she's also paying people to like give her that star quality right now. So that's basically what's going on behind the scenes. And she's not the only one. Oh, I'm telling you, the majority of them do that. I even got a sense of Doja Cat doing that in my past reading, but it's not really her. It's her managers that are doing that. So it seems to be like kind of the same thing going on with Selena Gomez. My next question is, what is happening in the Weeknd's career? Because I know he just released his new music. So what's happening next in the Weeknd's career? This card is stuck like Chuck. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. So once again, the music that he released is him getting over his broken heart. I'm not sure if it's about Bella Hadid. It more than likely is about all the relationships that didn't work in the past. He pours his heart into his music. Not usually his singles, but definitely the entire album. Kind of similar to, I'm getting to like what Ariana Grande does. But yeah, I'm also thinking it's like, Lord, okay, all right, we got a story to tell here. Okay, so what I'm getting is, yeah, he's putting his heart into the singles, but at the same time, was it the wisest thing to do? Like, was it the smartest thing to do? Because what I'm getting here is that he like told too much information, or he spilled too much of his emotions, and the girl that it's about, who I'm thinking it is, Bella Hadid, is like, okay, don't do that, A, and B, that's too much information. Like, I think that her emotions are kind of in a whirlwind the same way that his emotions are in a whirlwind now. But I feel like it opened up a lot of more doors and opportunities for his career. Like, I just see it keep going on the up and up. I see it just continuously going up. But it did cause there's a little bit of problems going on behind the scenes, so about how to manage him. That's what's going on. Okay. So there's some issues when it comes to like managing him. And you do kind of have that, okay, I'm a pop sensation thing, but are people going to take my music seriously, like outside of my fan base? Like, I feel like The Weeknd, because I know they're friends, I know they're really good friends actually. The Weeknd is trying to, he sees himself the way that people see Drake. Like, yes, you are a pop sensation, but your emotions are real and the music that you're making is real. But I feel like the public doesn't really feel that way, and he's having issues with his management about this, and he's not really following his own path. Look at that. He's not following his own path. He's a little bit unstructured right now. His management could be taking him off his path, and I am getting that he is like, he could be on like some type of prescribed drugs, or even weed, to where it's like balancing his emotions. But he's he's impatient about. Let me see what he's impatient about. Okay, yeah, he's arguing with people behind the scenes. Or I think that he's internally having issues with people behind the scenes. It's like, you said you were going to do this, but yet you aren't. That type of feeling. He's definitely arguing with people behind the scenes. But, yeah, that's interesting. Very interesting. But I think that that's basically it. I say so many because I'm getting multiple downloads, and I'm like, okay, which one is the one that resonates the most, though? So please excuse me for all the but that's basically it. So the rundown is that Selena Gomez and The Weeknd bond through trauma. They have a traumatic bond going on. It was causing the both of them to kind of lose themselves. And I feel like they were playing around with one another essentially, but they had a mutual attraction and they do get along well. But because they decided to take it into a relationship, that's kind of where things fall apart, because a relationship can be great for 3 weeks, but when that 8th week happens, it's like, okay, I saw your true personality. And that's kind of what happened with The Weeknd, and that's what kind of happened with Selena Gomez. And I feel like Selena Gomez had a lot of growing up to do as well. And I feel like Selena is like paying for her name to still be in the scene right now. Like she's kind of like doing her job, paying people, paying the paparazzi and stuff like that. Whereas The Weeknd just released new music and it is insanely popular and it's becoming even more popular. However, he's having issues with who's managing him. And he wants people to take his music seriously because he views himself like the R&B Drake. However, I don't think the public views him like that. I think, I don't really want to say too much, but I think a certain fan base views him like that, which could be like a younger crowd. But when it comes to like the overall crowd, I'm not getting that. Like, I don't really think people see him the same way that people see Drake. So, yeah, and then when it comes to him and Bella Hadid, I see that there absolutely is a possibility of them getting back together again. But right now, the both of them are still very much so angry at one another. And that album kind of made the situation worse. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. I enjoyed it as well. And yeah, like if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you want more. And I'm trying to whip out as much as possible. So yeah, until next time guys, bye.